98 Newcastle.
Hi, this is Adam from China Drum.
This is Dave from China Drum.
And we're here to tell you a brief history of the Newcastle music circuit.
We're actually sitting in the Fog and Firkin pub on the Newcastle quayside, which is where we did our first ever Newcastle gig when it was known as the Barley Mow. The gig was actually really good, but I don't think anybody was there particularly to see us.
Friends and family turned up though.
A few friends and family, bit of moral support, but yeah, pretty good on the whole for a first Newcastle gig. Certainly a slight improvement from the previous gig, which had been playing my cousin's 21st birthday party in a marquee tent.
Okay, we've just come from the Barley Mow up to what used to be our residency gig called the Broken Doll. It's now, as you can hear, we're not inside a bar because it's been flattened and they've laid tarmac and watch out for that lorry. And it's now been tarmacked and they've made a bypass out of the old Broken Doll pub. We had many a sweaty night upstairs with 75 people crammed into the room. And
brilliant gig, really good gig. Sadly missed in Newcastle to this day, I reckon.
Yeah,
it was quite a vibey little place. It's now a quite vibey road as well because it hasn't eased up the congestion.
He's got a mountain on his shoulder. He's not getting any younger. He's got to put his problems in his bag. He's got to face up to the big sons of life.
Okay, we've just made our way from the Broken Doll, the flattened version of the Broken Doll, to the Ship in the Hole in Wallsend, where we have some very fond memories of early gigs, don't we, Dave?
The one thing that makes it slightly unusual to normal gigs is we were usually preceded by the strippers, and the stage was always covered in baby oil when we went on, which was very hazardous if you're an energetic pop combo such as us. The other good thing that happened in the Ship in the Hole as well is that they were filming Spender, you know, that top BBC programme starring Jimmy Nail. They were doing Spender, and they filmed the scene in there with Jimmy Nail and Stick.
Oh, one of our posters was it, wasn't it?
One. At 300. We'd been in there probably an hour earlier and we'd just covered the place in China Drum posters. Yeah. But since then we've gone on to have posters on Biker Grove as well.
Okay, we're now at the riverside, the Riv, and we've just moved up here. This is basically the place that bands aspire to play into, being able to fill up, moving from the pub scene up to the proper touring club scene. And it was quite funny because the first time we played here, we had to actually pay to get in to play.
£1.50 a head to get in, which is alright because there'd been 4 bands on, and we'd seen one of them. That was us.
That was us. So. We've played the Riverside about, God, I've lost count now how many times it's been. More times than I've had hot dinners, I suppose. Okay, we're now in RPM Music, which is in the centre of Newcastle. After doing the production of the single and getting it released, we both RPM Music and Volume Records took our singles on board into their shops and sold them on. And they helped us a lot in the early days, doing it by sale or return. They sold a lot of our singles, and it's basically where the ball started rolling.
Sound City 98.
Newcastle. 97 to 99 FM.
Radio 1.